Hello and welcome along and welcome back to This Is Island for our final episode from here. We're going to have a look today at how much we've achieved on this map and how far we've gone. But first we do have one final job to do today. Now unfortunately not all of our fields have come ripe for this final episode. So I was hoping to be able to do that. But it's not happened. We only have field 41 that is ready, which is full of canola. So we've got our trailer down here, and we're just going to put this on the side here because we've got to get our combine down to the field. So disconnect that and that. Oop. There we go. And we're going to have to go and get our header and our combine back this way. Because we thought last time that we were going to be able to do the oats in field 22 as well. But, yeah, they're not quite right. They're almost there, but it's not absolutely there. So, yeah, we are going to have to do that. We might be able to actually do the corn and get that done today, because we can do that when it's not completely ripe. So we might have a look at that quickly. But we are definitely not going to be able to touch this field next to us here, field 22. It's close, but it's not quite ready. So yeah, let's connect cables up. All good. And we want to turn this round so that we can get it loaded up. There we go. And head over and grab our combine. Now, the field we've got today, the canola, is actually in pretty good condition. So that's not bad at all. Our combine is looking very dirty at the moment, as you can see though. Having done 2 fields of our 5 fields so far, and as I said, we were probably only gonna do 4 fields of it, 4 fields with it anyway. So let's drop off this. Just trying to see my connectors. There we go. Right, and we need to detach that and that. There we go. Right. So, we'll leave the combine there for the minute. We will take this header back to the field, ready to get it started. And yeah, hopefully this canola should be pretty good. We've got, this is fully fertilized and weeded and everything, so it should be available really at full yield. If it is, that's really good. That would be a really good way for us to end. Now, no traffic coming. That's good news, because I want to get this across here like so. We don't want to be in there, but we are on the road. So let's go and grab our combine quickly. Of course, in real life you would have 2 people doing this job, so that's how I'm going to well, yeah, most of the time actually you'd have 2 people doing this job, but that's how I'm going to say what we're doing right now is acceptable. And we'd want to actually, yeah, you'd want to stop the traffic coming along the road so you could get the combine to drive back like this as well. So, yeah, this is all good. Right, let's get this header hooked back onto our combine. And then we can just get our header trailer out the way. So hook that on. Whoop. Back us off. All good. connect up that and that. We should be able to reverse out of this. Take that back round like that. Yep. And we'll just put this on the side of the field, like so. Which is all good. And then we need to... is our combine off the road? Maybe not quite yet. We'll get this into position. Yeah, we're not quite on the road. If there was a truck to come along, it'd probably take out our auger, to be honest. So we'll take this a little bit further in. Now we're off the road. And we need to disconnect our trailer. And get this back onto our carting trailer. Now, I'm not expecting more than maybe 2 full tanks off here, so I don't think we're going to be using our tractor and trailer that much, but it is good to have it down here. It means we won't be doing a lot of running about, trying to get things back to the field. Basically, we are all set up and ready to go. So, let's head over here, jump into this, start her up, and into the canola we go. Let's see how we're doing, but this is it's going in quite a good rate, so there's a decent yield on this at the moment. What we are already at 500 litres now. Not very far that we've gone in the field. This isn't very patchy either. I think this field is in pretty good condition. Yeah, there's a couple of dead patches on the field, but otherwise it's all good. So let's get this first headland out and see where we are at the end of it. Coming up to the end of the first headland and 45% full. Not bad at all, to be honest. I was expecting a little bit lower, so that's really good news. We're going to be on nearly a full tank after finishing 2 headlands. We should be about, I reckon we'll be somewhere between 85 and 90%. As a result, we will, yeah. We should get about a trailer and a half. Oh, sorry, about a tank and a half off here. Yeah, that's a decent amount. That's about 16,000 litres that we'll get off here. So not too bad at all, I think. We will empty out at the end of the second headland here, just to sort of clear things, and I mean, we can cut into the field without fear of being in the middle of the crop when everything gets when we get full. So yeah, should work out well. We are up to 58% at this point. I think I missed a bit in the corner there. Yeah, not a huge bit, not as much as I thought I did, to be honest. Oh. There we go. That's got it. But yeah, it is patchy in a couple of places. I don't understand why on this map it's quite so. These fields are quite so patchy. We must have had what would be some fairly extreme weather over the last over sort of the winter and things, because it's. I don't remember any of our crops being this patchy in the first year, and we're not having this kind of problem on the other map that we've reached year 2, which is Lone Oak Farm. Lone Oak Farm, our fields are completely patch free, which is basically to do with the is basically to do with the geo, possibly. But yeah, it's a little bit odd as to why this has had as many patches as we have. Even in fields that were later planted, like this one. And even in our other fields, even in fields 22 and 34, I think we have patches now. And 34 has been a really, really late plant. You know, that's not going to be ready for a little while unless we green silage it, which is very possible. But yeah, it's not a field that I would have expected to have had a particularly hard time, unless we've had a particularly warm summer. But as I said, this is the standard geo. Again, not having this issue on Marwa Manor. Marwa Manor, our field is completely clear. Right, that is the first headland done, and looking at that, that is still 80. We've still got 84%, so we're 16% from a full tank. We should be able to do a cut in then without any issues. So let's get ourselves at 45%. No, it's going to be about 52%, I think, to match this. So let's check that we're not snapping to terrain angle, which we're not. Oh, press the right button. There we go. And we want to line up. And doing that, we should get a good angle for this. Auto width. And it wants to go that way. Ah, there we go. Happy with that. That's pretty straight on where we are. And will allow us to cut out of the field pretty nicely. So onward with this, and well, actually no, we don't want to do that because we are 95% full. So another run down here will absolutely empty us, or will absolutely fill us, sorry. So away we go, and 97, 98, where are you? 98, there we go. 99. And full. So over to our Atlas. Hook this up, and we want to come round from this way to load this up. Like so. There we go. Oh, ladder is around the other side. Starter up again. And we're empty. Let's put the auger in, and away we go. So our trailer will take a we'll take another tank and a bit off here. I don't think we're going to reach that. I don't think we've got enough crop on here to do that. I could be surprised, but yeah, I don't think so. It's gonna be a fair. It might be half a tank. We might get up to half a tank on here, but I don't think we're gonna get up to a full tank. didn't like that first bit. But I can clear that up in a minute. We've got a little bit of withered crop in here, but not a huge amount. Let's go through and get this cutout completed, and we'll go from here and see where we are. We've finished the cutting at the the east end of the field. We're now going to cut back in here. Just straighten up a bit. There we go. And we are only on 30%, 29% to be exact. So yeah, as I said, I don't think we're going to get much more than another half a tank out of this. Certainly should not be a full tank. But we are nearly up to 14,000 litres in total, which is not bad at all. But this is the thing. This is where we need to really needed to expand on this farm. Is that we need a bigger, we kind of need bigger fields to get these crops off, or more fields to get these crops off, and I think that's maybe something that could hold us back a little bit, and maybe has held us back a little bit. Yeah, it's a hard old slog sometimes. Having said that, I've massively enjoyed my time on this map. This, I think, is probably my favourite map of FS19 so far. Sad to finish on it, I think, but I think we've done pretty much all we can for now on here. This is episode 45, which is quite amazing. Rarely do I go as long as I have on this map on other maps. So yeah, I'm really quite happy to have played this as much as we have. We've managed to figure out the horses in seasons on here as well, especially going back and forth from having the horse helper to not having the horse helper, to the horse helper actually being a detriment, to all sorts of things. But we do have a successful set of horses on here now that are bringing in money every day. Which is absolutely fantastic. We've also been fairly successful with the sheep, although I'm not only convinced that overly convinced that sheep are a good way to go in seasons. Beef cattle and pigs seem to be really good money makers in seasons. I'm not so sure about the sheep. The fact that you only get wool at certain types a year kind of holds them back, and especially on here, we've discovered that the sheep, we've only had a pallet and a bit of wool this year, which is really poor. I mean, that is a very low yield of wool. So, and it's not a case that we haven't looked after our sheep properly. Maybe it's a case of the number of sheep. I think we want to go and have a look at that and see why those haven't been maybe as successful on here as we would have liked. So there's that to look at. I think we need to look at how much crop we have. Oh, yeah, there we go. We've not got a massive amount in storage. And I think we would need to, as I said, I think fields like this, we need to have more than one field running this. And of course, on a real life farm, you would have, you would run more than 4 fields, and you'd be running several crops. Or a crop would be running in several fields to get a fair amount out. I'd like to sort of have like 100,000 litres. But the number of fields I would need to do that would be massive. And we're coming up to having 18,000 litres off here. So we'd need nearly, I'd need 5 fields of canola. Not so bad, actually. Not as many as I was thinking I would need. Yeah, there we go. Another 7,044 litres. Which brings us up to 18,000 when you include what we already have in the trailer. So bring this here. Our Tucano has been a great little combine for this map. I think this is brilliant. This will go very well for us on Charwell, I think, when we come to do that. I want to just empty this out like so. There we go. Bring that in. And combine off. And we'll go and tip this. And then we're going to have a quick look at the state of everything on our farm. See where our animals are at. See how much we've got in storage. And I think that is going to be a good way to end this series, so that we can see roughly how we've done and where we've been coming from. Our grass actually has regrown at this point, so well, we are into the autumn, and we haven't actually done any grass work this year on the map. But yeah, in autumn, once we got the harvest out of the way, absolutely we would be doing silaging. One thing I do like on this map is that we managed to get in the grain store, because of course this yard does not naturally have a grain store. We've got a grain store in here that works, that fits in, and that doesn't look out of place where we've put it, which is absolutely fantastic. Same goes for the workshop. There's no workshop down this end, and the standard workshop actually fits into the map quite nicely. So reverse this up. We will tip that like so. And then we can have a look at what we have in storage, I think. So we should see the amount of canola going up. So we've got 121,000 litres of wheat, 10,000 litres of barley, 24,000 litres of oats. That's going to go up, or would go up eventually. 32,000 litres of canola, so actually a decent amount. 15,000 litres of sunflowers, those must be our starting amount. We've still got 25,000 litres of soybeans, and I think if we have a look at the soybeans, are we in the... Nah, where are we? Soybeans, there we go. Yeah, soybeans sell point is actually day 3 of spring, so we could have made ourselves some money there and actually missed the opportunity for that. Let's have a look. 10,000 litres of corn, yep. We've not got any eggs because we have no things, and in fact the rest of this does not show. We do have... Yeah, we do have wool, which is at 822 at the moment. There we go. And then we're going to have a look at our animals. So to look at the sheep, we actually want to pop to this point here, which is the sheep purchase point. And look at these sheep. So we've got Dorsets on here, which are good wool producers, apparently. And we do have, if you can see here, we do have some male sheep, which means we've got a few lambs kicking around, 0.4 of a year. Yeah, so we did have some lambs this year, which is really good. In fact, you can see we've had lambs. We've had lambs last year as well, interestingly enough. 2.5-year-olds we have here too. So yeah, not bad at all. I think our lambs from last year, yeah, are probably a bit big. And you can see in the prices here that they reach about 320 and don't really go above that. 327 I think is our highest, and these are lambs that we can sell on. So we could have sold to do some lamb selling, and up to the amount of money our sheep made this year, because this is bad. We got one full thing of wool, and yeah. So yeah, that is our entire wool off our sheep this year. We'll head down to the... Which are we going to get first? The cows or the horses? We're heading down to the horses. Horses have been pretty good since the horse helper was fixed. Oh. Yeah. And you can see they're not worth anything. We tried to return one then. They're not worth anything, but they have been making us some money, which is pretty good. If we have a look in here on them, that will be, yeah. They're not all looking that healthy at the moment. It's that time of year. They all need riding a bit, but they are bringing in a good amount of money every day. They're covering our costs, which is good news. And then finally, if we head up to our cows, which we've not had very long, but you can see here actually, we do have some calves on the way. Another half a year-ish. And yeah, we will have calves on the way, which is great. Next springtime that will be. Which is absolutely brilliant. I think our last tractor is this one. Yeah, there we go. Parked out here. But these are looking pretty good. And these aren't cows for beef. These are dairy cows. And if we look here, yeah, all worth about 1,600, as you can see. Whereas they were born, or they were purchased for 1,900. So yeah, not a cow that is good for selling or fattening up. They are just dairy cows, so that's all good. I'm pretty pleased about where we've ended up on this series. It's been really good. We want to head back down though to here, and I think we're going to finish this as we've started, which is really kind of nicely poetic. Back out to here and parking our landy outside the church, because this is the end of This Is Island. I'm really pleased with what we've achieved on this series. We've achieved quite a bit. It's been a cracking series here, so I hope you guys have enjoyed it. That actually is not working as well as I'd hoped. But yeah, that is where we're going to end it. I think we've well, how much land do we own? Just one last check. We've got 129, 132, 270. We own well over £1 million worth of land. Oh yeah, wow, massively over £1 million worth of land. Verging on 2 million, which is great news. I forgot we owned the biogas plant actually. So yeah, we've got a good chunk of the map, which is absolutely brilliant. So that's where we're going to leave it for today and for this series. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this time on This Is Island. Please give this video a like, give it a share, and drop us a comment. And for the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.